Well, welcome everybody to this Monday Global Opportunity, and we are sharing real talk. I love that we've changed this format for Monday nights, where you get to hear a little bit from the people that are out there just making it happen. And I love to hear all the different stories because we can relate to the different stories that are out there. My name's Holly Roush. For those of you who don't know me, I actually live on 30A in Florida. So I don't know if you've heard of 30A, but it's the panhandle of Florida in a beautiful place called Alice Beach. And every single day, I literally live a vacation life. It's unbelievable. So I get to see the beautiful white sand and blue water every single day, and the waves crash. Ooh, love it. And truly, it's about this industry that I was able to do it. And then we're going to interview Miss Sarah Wathen. Oh, did I say that right?
Yeah, Wathen. Good
We're
job.
laughing with my little accent out of Des Moines, Iowa area. And I've got to meet her several times when I've been out on the road. And I mean, you can just tell by her big, gorgeous smile that she's just one of those people that you want to be around. And that's really what today is about. I want you to hear from different backgrounds and different ways that people get introduced to three. I started in this industry 20 years ago as a stay-at-home mom. My boys at the time were 3, 6, and 9. And now 22, 25, and 28. It's so hard to believe. And so I look at Sarah and she excites me because she is getting to live the life now with her kids that those were amazing years for me. And I'm always jealous of these moms with young kids because it's such an opportunity, one, to really share three with people, but also to get to do it with your close friends and family. So let's dive into this, Sarah, a little bit. What I'd love for the audience to hear a little bit is a little bit of your background, like where you went to college, and what your profession is.
Sure. Okay, so my name is Sarah. Thanks for the introduction. I'm just outside of Des Moines in a very small town in Iowa. And I grew up in Iowa and I love this lifestyle. I love the Midwest. I've been a dental hygienist now for I think it's 19 years. And I have three little boys. I'm married to a wonderful man. And I had three little boys back to back. Okay. So 40 years old, they're 3, 5, and 7 now. And 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I'm sorry, they were all in daycare at the same time. Okay. And so I am working a job as a dental hygienist, which is a great income. But when you have three in daycare, at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of extra. And I thought, what am I doing? I mean, when you asked me when I was little, when I was growing up, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always said a mom. Like I thought that was just the profession that you did. And so that was my dream job. And I thought, this is the opportunity, right? I'm going to stay home with my kids. And, but we still needed a way to make ends meet. So I stayed home and I'm trying to figure this all out. And I thought, okay, what's in my wheelhouse? I am a dental hygienist. I've been looking at patients for 19 years. I see, one patient who is brushing and flossing and water picking and doing all these things, and they still have gum disease. They still have all these problems. And then I've got another one who does nothing. I mean, I literally had patients who didn't brush and floss and they had no gum disease, nothing going on. So I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to develop a supplement and I'm going to heal the world from home. It's going to be great. And I dove into that space and I realized that there were so many supplement companies out there. And I had taken good supplements. I didn't go just walk into Costco or Walmart or wherever you get your stuff. I didn't go that route because I knew that they weren't good. And so that's what I was going to have to develop. And I decided, nope, not going to go there. So I ended up talking to a dentist that I worked for a long time. And she said, you know what? I think I might know someone. I'd love for you to come to the office. I'm going to have her come chat about these supplements she's been telling me about. And I thought, well, I don't know how this is going to help me, but I'll come, right? I was open to it. And so I went and I sat there on the edge of my seat as she went through everything. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the answer to my prayers. And so that's kind of how it all began. I don't know.
I love
it's
that. I love that. And I love that. I mean, really, your boys' age are about the age that mine were. And so when I look at you and I see the opportunity, and I know, Des Moines, the Midwest, but what's so wonderful about the Midwest is sometimes they're skeptics and it takes them a while to get there. But when they get there,
Mhm.
they're so loyal.
Yeah.
And I know that the Midwest is really all about details and doing kind of a deep dive. But when they see it in a big way and they tell everyone. How many people
Yeah.
live in this small town that you're from?
Okay, so I think it's just under 1,000, so it's pretty small.
Okay, so for all those people watching that live in a small town that they're like, I don't
Yeah.
know anyone, I can't do it. I live in a small
Uh,
town. Sarah's in a small town of 1,000 people.
yep.
So if Sarah can do it, I'm sure Sarah, tell me about you, how you go about sharing with people.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, if Sarah can do it. I don't know if you noticed this about me, but I get red. Okay. I am so fearful of public speaking. I don't know what it is, but I decided once I got these products in my body and I got to experience what it was, I'll just share a little bit more of a background about me personally, because I suffered from depression on and off through my life, my entire life since I was a teenager. And I was staying home with my kids, right? And I thought to myself, okay, did I make a mistake? I am not the one that should be raising my kids. It should be that awesome daycare provider that I had. I felt guilty. I would have a hard time waking up and like getting out of bed. I'd kind of wish my day away. And then, like I said, I was on the edge of my seat. It had all of the ingredients, all of the things I was looking for. So I started taking them. I jumped all into the business too. But it was only a week in for me. Okay. And I thought, whoa, this is really different. I can feel it. I'm getting out of bed without pressing the snooze 500 times. I'm not wishing my day away. My kids are noticing. They're like, Mommy, you're so fun. And my husband was even noticing big changes. And so I thought to myself, okay, this may be your fear, but you are robbing people from the opportunity to
Good.
feel the way that you do if you do not share. And so that's a big reason why I'm on today. I just want to reach as many people as I can because one, I want them to experience what these products can do for their health and wellness and joy and their mood and digestive, like all the things. But I also, being in this for a couple of years, I want you to experience what this can do for your bank account, for your lifestyle, all of those things.
That's
So
so good. And you raised a few really great points because I think sometimes because it's a network marketing industry, people get nervous about sharing it with their friends or family. But you owe it to everyone. You owe it to everyone you love and care about to share these amazing products and opportunity because you never know if they're on the edge of their seats, like hoping, praying for something like what
yeah.
Three has, whether that's physically or financially. And some it's
Mhm.
the community, some of it's being around the people that's what brings them in and keeps them in. And so when you feel good, you should want to share it with everyone and let them make the decision on if they want to do it or not. So we know the products are good. Look, you experienced them yourself, and I think that's big. You must be a product of the product. So everybody watching, it's like you can't build this business with an empty cart. Like you don't go to a clothing store and say, I'll get that outfit, but I have to order it online and I don't get to touch it, feel it, try it on. It's the same thing with products. Like you need to touch it, feel it, try it, experience it. But at the same time, you got to get enough product that you get it in people's hands because, like, you personally may not have some aha moment from one of the products. For me, I felt great. I didn't have anything, but I got product in people's hands and that started developing stories. And when all of a sudden you get a call from Sarah and she says, oh my gosh, like the light bulb's gone off. I'm not as depressed. The anxiety is gone. I'm happier. I'm a better mom. Guess what? That makes me want to go share it with even more people. And so that's why it's getting it in other people's hands using their stories. That's
Mhm.
really going to grow your business. And so for everybody watching, you owe it to them. You always say you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And Sarah, I was talking to her earlier and she was like, this makes me so nervous. My biggest fear is public speaking. And this is through Zoom. But I
Yeah.
told Sarah that's like amazing because would bet the majority of people watching this right now, that's your fear too. And we're going to
Mhm.
get you out of that because, again, the more you do things, the more you talk about the three products, the more you talk about the compensation plan, the more you talk about the trips that you're able to take, the community, the easier it gets. It's
Yeah.
funny. My husband Corbin, he would always say when we first started, like, don't put me on the stage, don't put a microphone in my hand. And I'm telling you guys now, I can't get it out of his hand. And that's what happens when you become passionate. You feel
Mhm.
like you owe it to everyone that you love and care about. Let's switch gears a little bit then to the
Okay.
business side of it because I think that the product's the star of the show, right? That's really what brings people in is knowing it's great. We know the science is there. You don't have to be a medical professional because we have an amazing 3 app that everything's in there at your fingertips that you need if you want that technical stuff. But stories sell. When I hear Sarah's story, now all of us can think of other moms that are going through exactly what she went through, both physically and financially. Like, I want to be home with my kids. What can I do so that I can earn an income and be there to raise them? That was me when my boys were young and I was able to retire and stay home. I was pharmaceutical sales, but I wanted something. I wanted to contribute. I wanted to earn my own extra income. And that's where this business just fit in perfectly. In Three's timings now, no one knows about us yet. And so I know when I got started, the company was, less than 2 years old, just much like Three. And I was like, I want, everyone in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is where I lived, on my team. And I was like, I want all of Dallas. I want all of Des Moines. I want all of Kansas City. And that's how your business explodes. And that's what Sarah's doing there. So, Sarah, tell us what the financial opportunities meant to you because you believe in the products, you're sharing them very passionately, but are you earning an income that's making an impact within your home?
Well, the great part is that I have exceeded the missing income, right? That's what I needed to do
Nice.
originally. And I'm continuing to grow and share and build teams, which is so much fun because that's the impact, right? That's the goal. I want to earn enough, and that's the trajectory to bless my family. Really think about like all the dreams that I have and put them into like that they've already happened. Yeah. What do they call that? Manifesting,
Manifest
right?
it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. I
Put
just,
it in
when I,
existence.
yeah, when I think about people that are listening in, I'm always thinking, okay, think about that what if, right? Like, what if these products do what they say they're going to do? What if this business opportunity is what I need to get those dreams that I have, right? What if this is the vehicle to do it? And once you see that vision, once you dive in and it clicks for you, it is like sky is the limit. And that's where I'm at with this. It's like I see that vision, and it's awesome. I mean, I don't know who else can cap on an income of like what one of the ways that we get paid because we get paid in multiple ways, correct?
Yeah.
One of them is per week, you can cap at what, 27,000? I don't think there's many opportunities to do something like that with a dental hygiene income, like whatever it may be. There's just such a cap on what you can earn. A lot of times I had to, to earn income as a dental hygienist, I had to be in the operatory with a schedule. I was booked 6 months out. It's hard to take a vacation unless you plan 6 months in advance. The flexibility that this business gives is incredible. Being able to go somewhere at the drop of a hat, drop off my kids, pick up my kids, come to sporting events. I mean, I could talk to you about the ins and outs of what the business is, but really the business is what gets you the life that you want, right?
That's
That's what
right.
that's what we're after. Is
That's
like,
right.
okay, do we want that 9 to 5 job? Probably not. A lot of people would say, yes, that is like my number one
Yeah.
goal is to have a 9 to 5.
I mean, think about it. 9 to 5 maybe all you have, but you can only make a certain income, and there's only
Yeah,
so many hours in a day. And so
yeah,
when you have that life, it's hard to see outside of that because it's like I only have so many hours. This is what I get paid per hour. And
yeah,
also in a business like that you're in, as a dental hygienist, you only get paid if you're there. Like you're
yeah,
not paid if you're not there. And
yeah.
so it is hard to take a vacation. And what I love about our business is when I take a vacation, I still get paid. And a lot of times my pay goes up because my team's so nervous I'm not in there doing stuff. They're like, oh, I got to do something because Holly's gone. And I notice my check's higher. So there's not a
Yeah.
lot of industries where your check can be higher. And then back to the what if, I would say to everyone on here, what if you don't do it? What if you don't do it and your neighbor, your friend, your family, someone comes to you and they have done it and they're earning an extra 500 a week, 1,000 a week, 5,000 a week? How sick will you be that you said no? I
Yeah.
always tell people like worst case, you get healthier. Best case, you get healthier and you earn some extra money. It's like a win-win. So
Yeah.
last to close it out, Sarah, and this is, everyone watching this, you really need to think, and I'm putting her on the spot. You really need to think about what this is for you because this is what gets you out of bed every day to go share it with another person. Sarah, if you really had to pinpoint, what is your why with three? Like, what drives you to want to talk to another person, to want to do another meeting, to want to share another product? What really drives you? What's your why?
Okay. So, okay, I probably haven't shared this with very many people. So this is kind of my why is pretty deep. So
Good.
I grew up in a home where I I had everything I needed. I mean, everything and more. And so, my family, they very well off, doing great. And so I want to be able to provide that for my kids, and so that's the goal. That's the motivator. I'm like, I want to give my kids everything that I had, okay, and more. I want to set them up to live a life of ease. I know we all say money doesn't, give you happiness or whatever, but it sure does make
It
life a
helps.
lot easier,
Yeah,
right?
it
A
helps.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big stressor. And so number one is my family, is my kids. Number two is I have always wanted to make a huge impact on the world. And it's a strange feeling because I think I'm so small. I'm so insignificant in the scheme of things, but there's this huge, huge drive of mine to like just help as many people as possible. And I've always been searching for a way to do that. And this has been the answer. So I just can't wait
Love
to
it.
grow and then also help others to do the same. Like everyone's goals, everyone's dreams, they're going to be different. But to be able to sit down next to somebody that I brought onto my team or sit down to the person that invited you here to take a look and just really talk about what your dreams are, like that's part of the reason a lot of us get into this is because we just want to impact our families. We want to impact others. And so that's my biggest goal.
That was awesome. And I would say everybody watching, you need to figure out what that is because sometimes we just say why, like, oh, I just want to make money or I just want to get healthy or I want to help people. Like you really got to narrow that down and get deep and very specific about it because when you're specific, like Sarah just was, when you get that no or you're having a rough day or you
Mhm.
don't think that it can happen, it's the thing that reminds you and drives you. And I would
Mhm.
also find out the why of the people that you're bringing on. So the friends and family that are saying yes to you, that they want to not only use the products, but build this as a business, know their why. So that way, if they're having a rough day or they're not calling you back, you can say, hey, Sarah, your why was you want to provide the life for your kids that you had. If not three, what? Right? Have you found something else? Probably not. And then,
Yeah.
Sarah, it's so you can just tell this business was made for you. Because everything you said you've been looking for, you've found in three. And I just have to wonder, all these people watching, it's probably the same for you. You can see a lot of Sarah in yourself, and you can kind of figure out your story and your why. And, you know, nobody knows about three yet. We're some of the first. I always tell myself, like, you have to pinch yourself and say, why am I one of the first out of 99.9% of the world to hear about three? And then I owe it to get out there and do something with it. So I would end this today with everybody. Don't keep three a secret, right? This should be out in the world. Everyone should know about it. Three will be a household name. We're going to go to $1 billion company, but we do that together with all of you. So I always say hang out here tonight if you're a guest and you're watching this and Sarah's story or my story resonates with you. Get with the person who invited you. Join us in three. We're going to have a ton of fun. We're going to take lots of trips and we're going to change a lot of lives together and really just impact the world. Sarah, thank you so much for jumping on, and we will see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.